This episode of Mobile Geeks is brought to you by Carbonite.com. Hi guys, this is Sasha Kallenberg.
And this is Nicole Scott.
And here we are in the HTC Cafe.
Which is quite interesting because it's actually built on top of an HTC store, and you can even play around with a bunch of HTC phones.
Well, you have some coffee and cake. There's actually a lot of these stores all around Taipei, but this area in particular is kind of like a geek's wet dream. We're in the geek zone of Taipei.
Exactly. It's called Guang Sansan, or the Guang Digital Plaza, and we're about to show you a little bit around, so come and join us.
The HTC store is on a street by the Digital Plaza that has hundreds of computer shops full of everything you can even imagine.
This is definitely geek paradise over here, right? And it's a little bit of a maze, so I think the best idea would be to head over to the next intersection and just to tell people, you know, how the layout would look like over here and where they can find the best stores.
And let's get into the goods of the Digital Plaza.
Definitely, Let's do it.
So here we are on the corner of Shingsen South Road and Badalu, and this is pretty much the starting point of our Digital Plaza adventure.
So right next to us is actually the Digital Plaza itself, a 6-store building full of hundreds of computer stores. The Badalu is still full of the smaller little computer stores, even older ones. And then right behind it is a small little side alley where you can get all the battery stores, and they have these we repair everything stores.
And if that wasn't enough, there's actually even underground malls. One of our favorite ones is right over there. We're gonna take a look in just a second.
Let's check it out. So here in this underground mall, you can get all kinds of geeky gadgets, whether it's USB sticks, adapters,
voice recorders, security
MP3
cameras,
players, media players, projectors, pretty much everything you can think of, definitely. It's a cool place to discover and stumble upon some new stuff.
So this is my favorite shop for set-top boxes and multimedia players. This one even starts at $30. They're just so cheap.
That's absolutely unbelievable. So these are capable of running 1080p media playback on your TVs and actually turning each and every TV into a smart TV with internet connection. And they have about 50 or 60 of them over here.
All shapes and sizes.
Definitely, we'll love it. So this was our favorite store for media players, but we found something else, and I never saw
something so cool. Yeah. So it's an SD card RAID. You put 4 SD cards in it, and it's going to make a 128 gig RAID SSD. That's amazing.
And this was around like $100.
The whole thing cost $100. This was 16, and then the cards were about 20 each. So yeah, just under 100.
Definitely good find again.
So here we are at one of these shops that just covers phones. You can see there's all kinds of examples here, but here we have a leather-bound one. I mean, it looks just like what like a leather iPhone might look like, but you can bring any phone here, and for like $10, $15, they can give it a clear coating. For a little bit more, they can give it a leather coating. I mean, they can even bedazzle your devices if you want. I mean, and there's hundreds of these shops all around town, and they have many different options. So you can even put decals on your computers. Stunning stuff, really stunning stuff.
So here we are at lane 12 of Shingsen South Road, and this is a lane that we definitely love, right, Nicole?
Absolutely. We can get some baozi or some Chinese buns over here, and then if we just keep on walking a little bit further, there's a computer shop.
It's pretty much like a combination of restaurants and computer shops. So if you're hungry and you still want to buy some cool gadgets, lane 12 is the lane to be.
If your laptop battery has ever failed you or just doesn't have as much capacity as when you first got it, you can find any battery for any old computer on a street like this one. And really, they're super affordable, and they kind of add another 6 months at least to your laptop's life cycle. So definitely another bonus for living here in Taiwan.
So if you're running out of fodder for your DVD writer, we definitely have a bunch of shops where you can get empty CDs, empty DVD, rewritable ones, Blu-rays, whatnot. They are so cheap, and these shops are everywhere. Just got back to Badalu, and this is the street where the more established brands and stores are. So we have a huge Apple reseller in the background where you can get the latest generation of the Apple iPad.
And then right over here, we have a brand spanking new Samsung store. You can see the S3 on the front there. The store is just stunning. It's an absolutely beautiful display.
And right next to it is the so-called Rainbow Mall, and we're going to take you with us right through the mall. So this is an area where you can always get the latest tablets, and here's a little Asus store, and right next to it we have a telco. That's my phone, where you can also get
your prepaid SIM cards if you need it.
Exactly. But let's walk on. Super A is the biggest Apple reseller in Taiwan, and they have stores all over the place in Taipei right now.
So ViewSonic's making a huge move here in Taiwan. This is probably the third storefront that we've come across in our travels around town. They're really trying to sell their products here.
If you want to buy a new notebook, you definitely need to come over to the Rainbow Mall, because this is the notebook section, and there are hundreds of different notebooks from different brands, and they're pretty cheap, and actually there's always room for some negotiation.
And over here. So this is another reason why we really like the Rainbow Mall. It's this counter right here. So actually, if you're visiting Taiwan, you can actually get a tax receipt back. And it's a little tricky because you can kind of go per mall. Sometimes they try to trick you, but if you buy it here in the Rainbow Mall, they have their own tax back desk, so that's really convenient.
Let's go back here. Running out of memory, you need a USB memory stick, external hard disk drive, SD card. That's a Transcend stand over here, or little shop, and you can get them at a very, very decent price. And I don't know how many I bought over here, but I tell you what, it's a lot. Definitely one of the most important gadgets when you come into the Guang Digital Plaza. Have your credit card or your debit card with you, and make sure that you can find an ATM card. I tell you what, you can never run out of money over here, and you're never going to run out of ideas of what to buy here in Guang. So yeah, that's it pretty much with Barter Street, right?
Yeah, now we're going to head down to the heart of it all, to the Guang Digital Plaza.
It's 6 stores of geeky gadget goodness. So are you ready to join us? Let's do it.
I can't wait. Let's go.
Woohoo! Oh, wow.
Holy cow. This episode of Mobile Geeks is brought to you by Carbonite.com. I know we've all had that moment where you wish you backed up. And even if you're using an external hard drive, that won't help you if your house burns down or you forget to plug it in on a regular basis like I do. Carbonite.com will back up your data for only $59 a year, which is less than $5 a month. And if you use the promo code MobileGeeks, you'll get an extra 2 months free. So why don't you give Carbonite.com a try and use the promo code MobileGeeks to start your free 15-day trial.
Yay, finally we are here at the Guang Digital Plaza.
At the bottom of the escalators that lead up to 6 floors of glorious geeky goodness. Woo!
Well, definitely. We are in the basement right now. They're kind of rebuilding this area over here, so let's just dive right into this on the first floor, and let's see what we can find over there.
Actually, I'm going to take you to my hard drive shop. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Cheap hard drives.
So here we are. It's actually the second floor, and this is all about components, accessories,
hard
CPUs,
drives,
RAM, memory sticks, displays, PlayStation games, whatever. You know what? Why don't we just take a quick look around? The interesting thing is when we're looking at the prices, especially, look, here's one of these shops. The prices are, you know, always getting updated each and every day. And besides that, we have Nicole's favorite hard disk shop down the aisle. So let's take a look at this one.
At the end. So I actually went to every hard drive shop in this entire plaza to determine that these guys always had the best price. So I'm saving you a lot of legwork over 6 floors. So you can see up at the top, they have all of the prices for all of the hard drives.
So there you go. You have plenty of traditional hard disks over here. You have all the latest SSDs, and that's the shop where you want to be when you're here at Guang Digital Plaza and you need a hard disk. So right now we are on the 4th floor of the Digital Plaza, and this is one of my favorite shops because I've been buying my NAS systems over here for the last 3 years. It started with a very small QNAP that you can see over here, and we got this big boy, the TS569 Pro, right now in our office. I definitely love it. It's not that cheap, but it's definitely worth it if you really want to have a nice backup, and if you also want to access your data and your files over your own personal cloud, over your phone, or over your tablet, or over your notebook.
What are we going to do with all this film that we put? Going to put it on the NAS.
So here is one of these shops that are definitely preparing everything. If you are in need of a new keyboard, you can definitely go over here. I just got a new keyboard for my Sony Vaio Z from 2010 because the spacebar was broken, and they could order it, and it was about 30% off the price that Sony would charge me. And they call us the invoice over here, and now I'm getting my Sony Vaio Z back, and I can still use it. Yay!
Yay! This is one of my favorite stores for random accessories. So this is a multi-purpose holder. So generally you think of it for tablets, and here's a ring holder. So it's Velcro with a little sticky part on it, and it's for helping to hold your smartphones. I mean, random, and they're like $3. I mean, super cool. Just completely random gadgetry. That's why I love this place.
Oh my goodness, I tell you what, I'm done.
That took us 4 hours to film all of that.
At least. I mean, it's dark outside right now.
It's already dark.
It's 7 in the evening, but
It's still hot.
it's definitely still hot. I'm soaked, I tell you that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Got your little walkthrough. That's our first walkthrough of a computer market.
Yeah.
So if you're here in Taipei, just contact us over Facebook, Google+, Twitter, whatever. We're definitely going to show you around the Guang Digital Plaza. So this is Nicole Scott.
And this is Sasha Pallenberg.
Thank you so much for watching.